Throw your soldiers into positions whence there is no escape, and they will prefer death to flight.
shore came the World War Greece and the Ingham lead in the beauty west. Took the short way in, the long route back, convoy 92. And Ingham leading, tankers to the west. And upon the North Atlantic lie the silence of the seas. And on the quietest night, in the darkest hour, the Kriegsmarine appear. Above the surface it seems quiet and calm. Deep down below the wolfpack lurks. Came the World War Greece and the Ingham lead in the beauty west. In the wrong track came the wolfpack leads and the convoy into the hornet's nest. Dawn, the second day, Fury stands in flames. Half the convoy sunk or disabled, heading back to shore. But below the North Atlantic, on the bottom of the sea, for a second night, in the darkest hour, the Kriegsmarine returns. The wolf had surfaced for the second time, to make the convoy face its fate. No, no, no! To the wrong shore came the World War Greece and the Ingham lead in the beauty west. In the wrong track came the wolfpack leads, led the convoy into the hornet's nest. Under fire, underwater, they 42 and beauty did get the test. To the wrong shore came the World War Greece and the Ingham lead in the means of death. Contact and lead the U-9 force, course the kill in the dark. 124 sinking 4 into approaches. 406 suffers failure on launch. U-569 makes the contact and lead the U-9 force, course the kill in the dark. U-124 sinking 4 into approaches. 406 suffers failure on launch again. In the wrong track came the wolfpack bleeds, led the convoy into the hornet's nest. To the wrong shore came the World War Greece and the Ingham lead in the beauty west. In the wrong track came the wolfpack bleeds, led the convoy into the crucial naval war. Midway, ordering carriers, admirals at war. We meet at Midway, tactics are crucial naval war. Midway. control. Force them to surrender. Take what is ours. Restore law and order. Back in control. Push them further out to sea. Falklands in our hands. Back in control. Force them to surrender. Take what is ours. Restore law and order. Back in control. Push them further out to sea. Falklands in our hands. Back under British reign. Almost night, a crimson horizon, painting thousand lakes red. As your army approaching the east, a hunter is switching his prey. All alone, a man with his gun wanders into the wild. Tracks you down, you cannot hide, once he is onto your trail. Into the night, a flash in the darkness, white death is heading your way. The fear of his foes, a hero at home, hundreds will fall by his gun. You're in the sniper's sight, the first hit tonight, time to die. You're in the bullet's way, the white death spray, say goodbye. After the dawn, when morning is broken, snow runs white turns to red. Hundred snow tells what happened last night. A tale of a sniper is born. Snowy mouth, hiding his breath. He is steady at hand. Eye to eye, target in sight. The moment to fire has come. Hundreds of kills, a man and his rifle embody the season of offense. Stay on the side and cover your head. When he pulls the trigger, you're dead. You're in the sniper's sight. The first kill tonight, time to die. You're in the bullet's way. The white death spray, say goodbye. Say goodbye. nation's borders. There's an army on the march for religion, king, and glory. In the name of Christ, their enemies chastise, taking orders from the heavens. Through hostile fire they will march, unaffected by the volleys. They say that their faith will keep the fear at bay. Into battle, facing the fire, Lord, thy will be done. Into battle, walking a line, see the light in their eyes, Hercules are marching on. Put the lights in God's hand for the kingdom and for the land. See the light in their eyes, Hercules are marching on. Morale and discipline unites them, a common faith to keep them strong, always on their way to heaven. In the name of Christ, their enemies chastise. Into battle, facing the fire, Lord, thy will be done. Into battle, walking a line, see the light in their eyes, Hercules are marching on. Put the lights in God's hand for the kingdom and for the land. See the light in their eyes, Hercules are marching on. Alleluia, så meri, himmelen, den har det innan. Till kom med ditt rike, ske din vilja, så som i himmelen, så och på jorden ge oss bröd, och idag och förlåt oss våran skuld. Amen. Praising the Lord, an army of sweets, performing our deeds, showing no fear, the judgment is near, making a sacrifice. When the king and his men, their enemy's sight, prepare for the fight, banners held high, ready to die, in all they praise the Lord. the gates of hell as we make our way to heaven through the Nazi lines. Viva Victoria! Western Europe. Two ways to view the world, so similar at times. Two ways to rule the world, to justify their crimes. By kings and queens, young men are sent to die in war. Their propaganda speaks those words been heard before. Two ways to view the world brought Europe down in flames. Two ways to rule has man gone insane. Not you will remain. Who'll find a way to live one more day through decades of war? It spreads like disease. There's no sign of peace. Religion and grain cost millions to bleed. 3 decades of war. From dawn to dawn they're fighting. Die where they stand. The fog of war is thick when armies scorch the land. When all of Europe's burning, what can be done? They've been to war a decade, 2 more to come. Long way from home. Lifetime at war. Has man gone insane? Not you will remain. Who'll find a way to live one more day through decades of war? It spreads like disease. There's no sign of peace. Religion and grain cost millions to bleed. 3 decades of war. When they face death, they're all alike. No right or wrong, rich or poor. No matter who they served before, good or bad, they're all the same. Rest side by side now. Has man gone insane? Not you will remain. Who'll find a way to live one more day through decades of war? It spreads like disease. There's no sign of peace. Religion and grain cost millions to tons of armor and guns, making its way through the sand. Our Panzer Battalion is back for revenge. Artillery sweeping the land. The strike is ours, no mercy is shown, as we thrust our blood in our trail, breaking the waves of defense with our tanks, infantry watching our band. Northern sun sights clear for our strike ready for the storm. Minefields left, there's no surrender. Hero napalm burn. Death in the shape of a Panzer Battalion. Insect of terror on the run, face your fate like a man. Cannot outrun our Panzer Battalion. In the shape of a Panzer Battalion. Insect of terror on the run, face your face like a man. Cannot outrun our Panzer Battalion. Under the sun, no shadows will fall, piercing our eyes as we charge. A Norman battalion on course flees has reached the end of its march. Armored tanks of mass destruction kill us in the east. Rats who dare to stand before us. Hero guns go low. Panzer Battalion. Insect of terror, no run, face your pay like a man. Panzer Battalion. Yeah! nation in despair. One man seeking reasons everywhere. Growing hate and anger, the furious orders were precise. Who was to be blamed and pay the price? Propaganda, turning neighbors into foes. Soldiers of the Third Reich searching homes. And then their former friends are watching as they are round up one by one. Times of persecutions just begun. Ever since it started on Kristallnacht 38, when liberty died and truth was denied. Sent away on trains, sent on a one-way trip to hell. Enter the gates, Auschwitz awaits. When freedom burns, the final solution. Dreams fade away and all hope turns to dust. When millions learn the curtain has fallen, lost to the world as they perish in flames. There was a nation in despair. One man finding reasons everywhere. Then there was rising hate and anger. The furious orders still apply. Who was to be blamed and sent to die? Ever since it started on Kristallnacht 38, when liberty died and truth was denied. Sent away on trains, sent on a one-way trip to hell. Enter the gates, Auschwitz awaits. When freedom burns, the final solution. Dreams fade away and all hope turns to dust. When millions burn, the curtain has fallen, lost to the world as they perish in flames. When freedom burns, the final solution. Dreams fade away and all hope turns to dust. When millions burn, the curtain has fallen, lost to the world as they perish in flames. answered by a bullet in the dark. Rulers come and rulers go. Will our kingdom fall apart? Who shall we now turn to when our leaders lost their heart? Lives are lost, but at what cost will the grand dream fall apart? Killed by his own or by his foes, turn the tide. 300 years, still no one knows. The secret remains. Broken, grief so grand, sing of his final stand. Long live Carolus, brought by soldier's hand, back to the fatherland. Long live Carolus Rex. Brought him back to Sweden, where we put him in a chest. Years of war and agony, now the king can finally rest. What will be uncovered from that cold November night? Fredrikshavn, what happened there? Will it ever come to light? Killed by his own or by his foes, turn the tide. 300 years, still no one knows. The secret remains. Broken, grief so grand, sing of his final stand. Long live Carolus, brought by soldier's hand, back to the fatherland. Long live Carolus Rex. For the runner, for the glory, for the men that fought and bled. A soldier from Sweden remembers the dead. Broken, grief so grand, sing of his final stand. Long live Carolus, brought by soldier's hand, back to the fatherland. Long live Carolus, broken, dream so grand, sing of his final stand. Long live Carolus, brought by soldier's hand, back to the fatherland. Carolus Rex. The wise woman said, was you hardened in battle? There's no coming back. And before the attack, till your blood starts to boil in your veins as you charge. As the fire inside is ignited by bloodshed, in the circus from north will be as was said. Will the serpent be woken? Fenrir house. Swedish pagans marching ashore, forced in Valhalla with a banner of gold. Out from Asgard, a Viking ship sails, never to turn back again. bloodshed in the circus from north. Could be as was said, will the serpent be woken? Every house, Swedish pagans marching ashore, forced in Valhalla with a banner of war. Out from Asgard, a Viking ship sails, never to turn back again. facing defeat. There's no surrender, there's no retreat. Time after time, force the enemies back to the line. Call to arms, banners fly in the wind, for the glory of Hellas. Call to arms, breathing freedom one day. Let the king unite us. That raid, pounding the land, bombers are flying both day and night. Endure 6 days of rain, not by invaders, bomb rain in vain. Strike hard, tables have turned, drive them back over the hills. At arms, just like before, soldiers, civilians, Atlas and war. By their own hand, force the enemy out of the land. Call to arms, banners fly in the wind, for the glory of Hellas. Call to arms, bleeding freedom or death. Let the king unite us. Just like their ancestors ages ago, fought in the face of defeat. Those 300 men left a right to uphold, freedom or death in effect. Now again, blood of heroes saving the land. Call to arms, banners fly in the wind, for the glory of Hellas. Call to arms, breathing freedom and death. Let the king unite us. Call to arms, banners fly in the wind, for the glory of Hellas. Call to arms, breathing freedom and death. Let the king unite us. Dominatus, Berlin is burning, Denique, Interimo, the light has fallen. Gates of Berlin with 2.5 million men, with 6,000 tanks in our ranks, use them as battering rams. Artillery leading our way, 1,000,000 grenades has been launched. The Nazis must pay for their crimes, the wings of their eagles been broken. Marshals to call soldiers, serving Berlin on the plate. Disregard the losses, the city's ours to take. Altero, Dominatus, Berlin is burning. Denique, Interimo, the right has fallen. The price of our war must be paid. Millions of lives has been lost. The price must be paid by the men that started the war in the 30s. The spring of the year 45, the year when the Nazis will fall. We're inside the gates of Berlin, the beak of the eagle's been broken. Comrade Stalin's orders, Cerny is head on the plate. Disregard the losses, the eagle's land's ours to take. Altero, Dominatus, Berlin is burning. Denique, Interimo, the right has fallen. what plays? Blood on your face, you big disgrace. Strand of silver hanging through the sky, touching more than you can say. Appears like a wonder without any move. Cannot get close, closer to you. Come on in, shall take my hand. He'll rise in fall. What's the damn, what's the damn? They're gonna break their chains through the night. All aboard!
In the shape of morning
body I can see. Ready for the onslaught, ready for the fight, waiting for the access to march into the trap. Minds are placed in darkness in the cover of the night, waiting to be triggered when the time is right. Imminent invasion, imminent attack. Once the battle started, there's no turning back. The end of the Third Reich draws near. Its time has come to an end. The end of an era is here. It's time to attack. Into the motherland, the German army marched. Comrades side by side to stop the Nazi charge. Panzers of Russian soil of thunder in the east. 1 million men at war, the Soviet wrath unleashed. Fields of Prokhorovka, where the heat of battle burned, suffered heavy losses, and the tide of war was turned. Driving back the Germans, fighting on four fronts, hunt them out of Russia, out of Soviet land. Reinforce the front line, force the Axis to retreat, sending all the reserves, securing their defeat. Soldiers of the Union broke the citadel, ruins of an army, Axis rest in hell. The end of the Third Reich draws near. Its time has come to an end. The end of an era is here. It's time to attack. Into the motherland, the German army marched. Comrades side by side to stop the Nazi charge. Panzers of Russian soil of thunder in the east. 1 million men at war, the Soviet wrath unleashed. Onward, comrades, armies of the Soviet Union, charge! Oh, Mother Russia, Union of lands, will of the people, strong in command. Oh, Mother Russia, Union of lands, once more victorious, the Red Army stands. The end of the Third Reich draws near. Its time has come to an end. The end of an era is here. It's time to attack. Into the motherland, the German army marched. Comrades side by side to stop the Nazi charge. Panzers of Russian soil of thunder in the east. 1 million men at war, the Soviet wrath unleashed. Crack the lightning, splitting the ground. Thunder is sounding, artillery pounding. Crack the Nazis, cast stone by stone, facing the forces alone. Alone. Alone.
know the enemy and know yourself, you need not fear the result of 100 battles. If you know yourself, but not the enemy, for every victory gained, you will also suffer a defeat. If you know neither the enemy nor yourself, you will succumb in every battle.
To me, caught in my trap, there's no way out. Fail, never again.
Hence, to fight and conquer in all your battles is not supreme excellence. Supreme excellence consists in breaking the enemy's resistance without fighting.
In the skies above the isle, aces and exile prevail. From near and far, there you ride, join the force, ready to serve the Allied command. Sending of artillery strike, so fierce the thunder of guns. So come bring on all that you've got, come hell, come high water, never stop. Unless you are 40 to 1, your lives will soon be undone, undone. Baptized in fire, 40 to 1, spirit of Spartans, death and glory, so by none. All I see, give to me, that is my decree. My will be done. They thought I was too young to rule the land, just as they failed to understand how to rule. My time is now. I was chosen by heaven. Say my name when you pray to the skies. Icarus rise. To the skies. To the skies. Icarus rise. To the skies. Icarus rise. Hear them whisper, voices from the other side. Hear them calling, for my foes now friends are resting side by side. They will never leave our hearts or fade away, live forever. They were far too young to die in such a way. How many wasted lives, how many dreams they fade away. Broken promises, they won't be coming home. Oh, mothers, wipe your tears, your sons will rest a million years. Found their peace at last, as both turn to friend and forget. And they knew they would die. Gallipoli left their letters in the sand. Such waste of life, Gallipoli. Dreams of freedom turned to dust. Hell is waiting where the ocean meets the sand, cliffs of burden, where the soldiers crushed into a certain death. At the shoreline, blood of heroes stains the land. Light a candle, one for each of them who fought and died in vain. There is no enemy, there is no victory. Only boys who lost their lives in the sand. Young men were sacrificed, their names are carved in stone and kept alive. And forever we will honor the memory of them. And they knew they would die.
There are roads which must not be followed, armies which must not be attacked, towns which must not be besieged, positions which must not be contested.
His wife, hey, the ultimate